Hi, it's Dave from Dave's Life Over 65. Today I'm going to make another trip down to my favorite little, what would you call it? I guess it's not a bug out, it's just a place I like to go and walk around in nature. I'm just getting started in this, as you know, so I haven't got any plans for the immediate future to go to a faraway place and into the wild. Doing my practicing in a spot which is about as close as I can get to the great outdoors, which is Bluffers Park. It's also a nice, I like it because of the views you get from down there. And it's a great place to test your winter gear, because you always get a nice offshore breeze, and usually it's more like a strong wind, and it tests your clothing. Anyways, I've stripped down my go bag, so it's nothing in it. It's completely empty, except for the stuff I have clipped on the back. And today I'm going to make a decision on as to what I want to take with me. I want to travel light because I'm just going down to test out my Lixada stove, and this is kind of heavy. It's a lot heavier than the way it comes, because inside I have some other items. The main one being my Trangia knockoff, which is an alcohol stove. So I'm going to take that and see if I can make some tea. I use this as a water gathering, and probably even boil some water in it because it's pretty light and it packs away better than my kettle does. Okay, there we go. You could call this junk on the bunk, as the corporal would say. Okay, so first of all, to keep things from rattling around, I like to use my gloves. So they go in here. There you go. And zo. And we can start firing stuff in there. So all the little bits and pieces here, I have to decide where we're going to put them. But for sure we want this to go in there. Beautiful. Might as well throw these in there. Not that I think I'm going to need them. This should do. Okay, so that's going. Obviously this is going. And what else? Okay, that's about it for the main compartment. Oh, and my little homemade matches. I have a video where I demonstrate my homemade matches. Basically, they're duct tape and fire starter material. I'll put those in there. That will go in my pocket. As will this. Well, this, yeah, that can fit in there. Put everything in my pocket. Okay, I probably won't need it, but I got some chapstick. Got my trusty folding survival knife. Geez, I didn't realize how difficult realize how difficult it is to import knives into this totally repressive regime we have in Ottawa right now. Here's my everyday carry, which I will carry. Compass, just because I want one. And some hand sanitizer, which also doubles as fuel. Some emergency medications like histamines, antihistamines, and Tylenol, that sort of thing. That's about all that'll fit in that pocket. And I guess, no, not really. this out anyways. This is my sit pad, such as it is. Basically just keeps my bum dry. Okay, and I put that in here. Over in one corner. And then I want to take this as a poncho. Only comes in camo, unfortunately. When I'm out about in an urban environment, camo's not the best thing to wear. A little journal if I need it. All right, what else? Oh yes. I'm taking this along just in case. I don't think I'm going to need it, but you never know. So in it goes. That's a hoodie. Nice warm woolen, I think it's woolen. Fleece, I'm sorry, fleece hoodie. Very comfortable. Just about everything you see on the bunk here is dollar store or scrounge, except for the compass. And of course this stuff. All right, so that can go in the bag. Actually appears to take up more room than it does because you can scrunch that down. Suppose I could have folded it better, but these Japanese bags don't have very good zippers, and you gotta be careful with them. There you go. Wow, 12 o'clock, right on the nose. So that's it. So it's 12 o'clock. Next time you see me, I'll be at the park, I hope. Okay, here we are, Bluffers Park. Oh, let me give you a vista. There's where we're parked. You can't see through the trees. That's the marina and the entrance to the marina. And look at all the seagulls. Isn't that neat? Check, check, check. Smells like propane for some strange reason. Looks like a bit of heat's getting in there. Not much left. Again, we're testing this out for the alcohol burner option, not the twig stove, although if I have time I might just fire up the twigs and see how that works. Might change locations. Pretty good actually. Hopefully we'll be able to do it with one load of alcohol. It's still pretty cold. Oh, I didn't time this. Oh well. Next time I'll think about that. Let's make sure everything's still apparently. I think it's what you would call primed. Hope that's enough water. Oh, it should be. Oh yeah, it's recording. Dot's just not where it usually is. Oh yeah, I can feel the heat through these gloves. Should boil this water pretty fast. Let's get rid of this coffee. One nice thing I like about this water bottle is this thing here. Locks, and that's out of the way. No, it doesn't lock anymore because I remodified it just a moment. There. When you open this up, that'll lock down so it doesn't come back and whack you in the face when you take a drink. Oh, I see some steam. I'll have tea. Coffee flavored tea, I guess. Once it does come to a boil, once I put my tea, doesn't matter. Actually, I should turn this thing. Like that. Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to stick my finger in there now. I don't know if you can catch it. Oh yeah. I'm going to have to overdub at this point. I'll describe what's going on from memory. And in the not too distant future, we're going to see the tripod come flying down. And I didn't notice it until I turned around. I was concentrating on trying to get the thing to boil. Hope this thing allows me enough time to do this. Well, I'll be able to listen to it anyways. If not, I'll just have to restart it. Oh, must be continuing to record. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I think, is I'm going to go over and, no, guess I was just looking at the flame. At any rate, I got a feeling at this point that the alcohol was getting kind of low because it wasn't making the same noise that it normally does. So in a few minutes I'm going to, there I am checking the flame. If this was a calm summer day, I would imagine it would have boiled by now. Because if you look down in the can, I didn't show you the video, but if you'd look down in the can, you'd see that there was bubbles and there's some steam coming off, but it never really got to a bubbling boil. It just got the water very, very hot. So at some point I decide that maybe I should move the can closer to the flame, so you'll see me do that in a minute. Okay, I'm probably going back to the table to get something. There, if you look at the top of the screen, you can, if you look carefully, you can see the steam coming out of the can. So it's fairly hot at this point. When the wind's not blowing, it almost comes to a boil, but then there'll be a gust of wind and cool everything off. It's like Mother Nature is blowing on my project, so. I was hoping that the stove part would cover the burner, the alcohol burner, enough that it would shield it from the wind. But apparently not. Oh, here's where I'm looking for the tea. This is where I realized Uh-oh, I don't have any tea. Oh well. See, there's quite a bit of steam. If you look at the right at the top where where you can see the golden inner part of the can, you can see the steam coming off. It's too bad I didn't have it a little higher. See, the wind's pretty calm at this point. I could probably turn the camera audio back on. I mean the camera's audio back on, but in just a few seconds it's going to start gusting again. I think I'm going to have to compile this and then edit it again, because what we'll want to do is cut out a lot of this standing around waiting for it to boil when it never does. You know, when they say a watch pot never boils, well, in this case it never did. Okay, I'm going to edit out some of this because nothing much happens after this point. Here you can really see the steam coming off it. It almost got to a boil, but not quite. Okay, here you're going to see the camera fall over. Very shortly you will see blue sky. That's the camera just before it cuts out. Okay, that was kind of a neat effect, having the camera fall over in slow motion. So I'm going to have to find some way of securing the camera so that it doesn't blow over like that. Anyways, I continued to try to get it to come to a boil after that, because I hadn't noticed the camera fell over until I looked up and saw that it wasn't there anymore. it snapped off the little metal mount that you screw the bayonet connection on the tripod into, and didn't damage the tripod, but it damaged the little holder that holds the camera in my Note 7. This thing, there's a little right there. Where's the camera? Oh, it's up here. Right there is the bayonet mount, and it broke off right where it attaches to the to this plastic part here. So I've glued it back in. We'll let it harden overnight and give it another test. I'm really hoping that it'll hold, because of all the tripod mounts I jury rigged. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I'll figure that out later. Anyways, that was the end of my video for the day. So the bottom line is it never did come to a boil. My video camera slash smartphone fell over. The audio, for some mysterious reason, stopped recording about halfway through my video. It was just one of those days at the park. So anyways, that's the end of my video. I know it's rather long and not really much happened. Like I say, I'll probably end up editing this down to a little more reasonable amount of time, because there's a lot of standing around waiting for something to happen that never happened. Anyways, take care, have a great day, and above all, be safe.